stand up, please. Everyone, please stand up. Bow. Good morning, everyone. My name is Bowen, and you can call me Teacher Bowen. Now, please have a seat. Have a seat, please. But before we get right to class, there are several questions for you guys. You guys ready? Excellent. So the first question is, look at me. There are two metal bars on my hand, my left hand and my right hand. So the question is, which metal bar has more rust on it, left or right? Any answers? Team? My left hand, that's right. And now please use your eyes to see at the rust part of the metal bar. And please use your nose to smell the rust part on the metal bar. And also please use your hand to touch, to feel the rust part of the metal bar. Now, any volunteers? Timmy? You think that the rust part of the metal bar smells smelly? That's right. Any other answers? Susan? You think that rust part of the metal bar looks brown? That's right. Any other answers? Bradley? You think that compared to the rust part of the metal, the rust part of the metal bar feels not smooth? That's right. And move on to the next question. Is there anything have rust on it in our life? Any answers? Susan? Bicycle. That's right. Bicycle will have rust on it eventually. Any other answers? Team? Metal nail. Yeah, metal nail will have rust on it eventually. Any other answers? Bob? Window. So you mean window frame? Frame of window. Yeah, that's right. Frame of window will have rust on it eventually. Move on to the next question is, what kind of condition will make rust of metal faster? Any answers? Vivian? The vinegar. Yeah, vinegar. So it is kind of acidic solution. So acidic solution will make rust quicker. Any other answers? Team? You think that water? Yeah, water is kind of solution, right? So you think that water will make rust quicker. Now, the mission of the class is to make an experimental design. But before we get right into the design, we have to know the experimental variable. But there are 3 points of the experimental variable. The first point is control variable. And there are 2 points on the control variable. The first point is it can't be changed. That's right, it can't be changed. So the condition can't be changed in a control variable. The second point of it is it has several kinds of control variable. Move on to the next point is independent variable. So there are also 2 points of the independent variable. The first point of the independent variable is it can be changed. That's right, Susan. It can be changed. So that means it can be changed in experiments. The second point of the independent variable is there are only one of the independent variable in one experiment. That's right. Move on to the next point. It is dependent variable. So now if we change the condition of the experiment and we as a result will get dependent variable. Get it? Understand? Excellent. Now the mission of the class is we have to make an experimental design. And today's topic is water that can make rust faster compared to the usual condition. Now each group will have 20 minutes to have a design of it, and later on I will ask one group to talk about your design. But before we get right into it, there are several steps, there are 3 steps of experimental design. The first step is hypothesize. That is, you have to make hypothesis of it. The second point is you have to make experimental variable. You have to make experimental variable. The third point, the last point, is you have to make deduction reasoning. You guys ready? Let's go! You guys finished? Finished? Group A? Finished? Now, any volunteers want to talk about your experimental design? Group A? Group C? Wow, excellent! Let's clap hand for Group C. Please come in front of the class. So Group C, what is your hypothesis? Also, you think that water can make rust quicker compared to the usual condition. So that's perfect. That's right. And the second part is experimental variable. So your control variable is you use steel cleaner, yes, steel cleaner, and you use the same plastic plates, that's right, and you use the same class and have the same sign limitations. That's right, they are all control variable, and now the independent variable, it is the experimental group you design to put some water on it, and the control group you design not to put the water on it. Excellent. So hold on a second. What is the experimental group and control group? In order to make your experiments more reliable, you have to prepare control group to compare to experimental group to increase reliability. Get it? Now, go back to the experimental design. So the last part of it is deduction reasoning. So proceed your deduction reasoning. It is because water makes rust. So you think that any additional points? So you think that water makes rust, and also there are only one independent variable, so you think that water makes rust quicker. That's right, it is perfect experimental design. Now please clap your hands for Group C. That's exactly a complete experimental design. Get it? Understand? Excellent. Now, the next class we are going to figure out and to manipulate our experiment. And please close your book. After returning home, please review and recite it. That's the next class. I will going to have a quiz of it, and please review and recite it. And next class, we are going to have your own experiment. Now you can have a 10